So, Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Shaping Portsmouth Conference. Today's theme is Transforming Portsmouth Together, and over the morning, we'll update you on how we're all working together to make our brilliant city of Portsmouth the very best it can be. There is something of a packed agenda, so we will be moving at some pace, and I'll be whipping on and off the stage as fast as I possibly can. It will be entertaining. We have some fantastic speakers. We're updating you on the programmes that Shaping Portsmouth have been working through with your support and help. We will be celebrating our achievements and those people that have driven that success. And just for me, we have colour coding for simplicity. Our three pillars: business, education, community, and that's what we're all here today to do. So without further ado, I'd like to pass over to our main sponsor, here at the fabulous Portsmouth Guildhall, Mr. Andy Grace.
Good morning, everybody. It's always my pleasure to welcome everybody to the Shaping Portsmouth Conference. And I must offer my best wishes and congratulations to Dave and the team for putting together his first conference here. And it's great to see Steph. I said to Steph earlier, it's a moment to relax as opposed to standing at the side full of nerves. I will only be very brief. The Guildhall has developed well over the last year or so. I was going to ask a question, and most of you probably will shout out and know that you feel the same as I do. But when you wake up on January the 2nd, and you kind of open that one eye, which thinks about the year ahead, and you go, oh God, do I really want to get out of bed? Do I really want to get up this morning and go and think about the challenges for the week, the month, or the year ahead? It can be quite daunting. Back in 2024, on the 2nd of January, my abiding feeling was, what the bloody hell have I got myself into? We had a few challenges ahead of us. As a Guildhall Trust, we were just about to take over another venue, the White Rock in Hastings, and within a month had to integrate staff. But more importantly, when I finally put the pen down in the office, as the proverbial pen, so to speak, these days, on the 23rd of December, we just finished negotiating the lease for that particular venue, and we had got into about 6 weeks of building works to the basement, which was supposed to deliver us new toilets and a new creative space. And the problem being that on the 2nd of January, as I woke up, the whole idea of that particular space and the challenges was even more daunting. The whole basement was full of water, building works, horrible conditions to work in, not least because back in 1959, when this building had been bombed and rebuilt, the builders at the time just decided to throw lots and lots and lots of concrete down into that basement. In fact, the builders had presumed that the slab to the bottom of the basement in the Guildhall was only maybe 30, 40 centimetres thick. In some spaces, it was nearly 2 metres. So those of you who work here, the many businesses that were based here, had to endure 3 months of drills and the shuddering vibration of the work going on, which was extended way beyond the February finish in 2024. So you'll forgive me if that kind of abiding memory back on that particular morning of the 2nd of January 2024 still haunts me. And I can honestly say, actually, that particular day this year, I woke up slightly more smug, much more relaxed. If you get a chance, and I'm going to ask you to take a moment to visit the base, our wonderful creative space downstairs in the basement, which we set up with Arts Council and local authority funding. It's a creative space for young people, which includes band rooms, production suites, a lounge, AV suites, a whole provision for 11 to 25-year-olds. Back at the conference 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to show some images. We finally did it, and I say finally did it. It was 4 months late, a bit of money over, as you can expect, and an awful lot of stress for everybody concerned. Not least for our customers, perhaps the biggest thing we actually did was some toilets. No longer did we have 1959 historic toilets, which really were very historic, and for those who've been to concerts here, the awful queues you had to endure. We now have a much better provision, something which we were really proud of. So please have a little look. I just want to also make one final point today, if I may. Coming from the cultural sector and being one of many organisations, there's a feeling in this city that we're on the up, not just as a city, but culturally, and I would really, really say that is the case. 2 years ago exactly, 20 plus organisations came around the table to form what we call the Portsmouth Cultural Collective, something where we can talk, we can discuss, we can network, and in a sector which is always challenged, we can help each other. And I think we're all really proud, those of us who form the collective, that we can not just work with each other, but we can have a conversation about how to work with our communities, to reach audiences, and to make much more of this city's cultural values. Culture in this city is a really, really big plus. And the many organisations who form the cultural collective, the museums, the theatres, ourselves, the arts organisations, it's all about giving both young aspiring artists a platform to engage and to develop, to work with schools, and to most importantly reach out and find ways of doing new things. Portsmouth is on the up culturally. There's always a bit of a cycle with this, but it is going somewhere. So please enjoy today's conference. Thank you for your time and enjoy. Thank you.
What a way to start. Portsmouth is on the up. And to give us now his take, his view, and introduce you, I have the co-chair of Shaping Portsmouth, Mr. Mark Waldron.
Good morning, everyone, and it gives me great pleasure to do the formal introduction to Shaping Portsmouth Conference 2025. And what a pleasure it is once more to see the Guildhall packed for Shaping's Showpiece calendar event. Whether you're part of the Shaping family, a partner, a supporter, or just curious to find out more about what we're all about, I promise you that you're in for another packed morning of exciting updates on life in Portsmouth. I'd like to start by passing on my apologies from my co-chair Simon Barrable, who would have enjoyed being on stage today with me to welcome you, but has been called away from the city for business reasons. And I can't believe it was a year ago that the two of us stood on this very stage to ring out the old and bring in the new. And I don't mean the changing of the year, because it was 12 months ago that as a conference we bade a very fond farewell to former Shaping Chief Executive Stephanie Natowski, who I've just seen is with us here today. Morning, Steph, welcome. And we introduce you to his successor, Dave Humphreys. It brought to a conclusion a forensic recruitment process, and I wish Simon was here today so we could give our fellow Shaping board members who are in a table in the front there and ourselves just a small pat on the back for unearthing the gem that is Dave. As you'll be finding out this morning, Shaping has continued to grow from strength to strength thanks to Dave and the incredible work of our fantastic Shaping team. That's Steph, Marion, Kirsty, Matt, Robin and Suzanne. You'll get to see them very soon, but I'd like you to join me just in a moment of thanks to give them a round of applause for the fantastic work they're doing. So as touched on earlier, we have a packed and exciting agenda for you today, and thanks go to all those who will be on stage later to share how they are shaping Portsmouth's success story. Thanks in particular to keynote speaker Sir Ben Ainsley, CEO of Emirates Great Britain's SailGP team and the most successful Olympic sailor in history. Sir Ben will be updating us today on the incredible work of the 1851 Trust, named after the year of the first America's Cup race. And I retain very fond memories of 2019 when we had the America's Cup weekend, when more than 240,000 people visited the city and sailing fans from across the globe saw the delights of a very sunny South Sea seafront on the Saturday. For those who remember, I won't talk about the weather on Sunday, we'll gloss over that, but what a fantastic Saturday we all enjoyed. And I look forward in anticipation to the Emirates Great Britain Sail Grand Prix, touted as the most exciting racing on the water, which is coming to our shores in July. I've been questioned before on whether, as a great waterfront city, we actually make the most of the water itself. Well, we had the Grand Prix this year, along with the Ocean Race coming to Portsmouth in August as part of its Europe 2025 series, and, to complete the hat-trick, the start of another Clipper Round the World yacht race. That aside, our waters are the proud home of our Royal Navy, and our award-winning Portsmouth International Port will have another record-breaking year of cruise visits, and will also be welcoming the arrival of San Marlo, Brittany Ferries' first LNG electric hybrid vessel. So when it comes to do we make the most of the water, I say as a city, box ticked. Talking of green energy, Sir Ben will be joined on stage by Roy Bedlow, founder and CEO of Low Carbon, to discuss its partnership with the Great Britain team. So, looking back on 2024 and looking forward to 2025, Portsmouth continues to grow in stature, both on and off the water. And Shaping plays a large part in that, delivering a range of innovative programmes and creating lasting strategic partnerships with a view to making Portsmouth the #1 UK city in which to invest, live, learn, work and visit.